In May 6th, 2026, global power is entering in a phase that most people still don't see or don't understand. Pluto is starting his way in retrograde season in Aquarius, and this is not just another transit. This is a 162-day window where the power stops moving in the open, where we can see everything, or at least what they are saying to us as the reality, and starts reorganizing in the shadows. So, what's happening right now is not calm, it's the opposite. Conflicts don't disappear, they go deeper, more structural, and harder to stop. The agreements you used to see on the surface, they're not happening behind closed doors. This is important because Pluto in Aquarius in retrograde phase is going to start this kind of negotiations that now they are the leaders, okay, of the global power wants to say to us like they are trying to get an agreement, a ceasefire, trying to negotiate something about the Hormuz stretch, but the reality is that they are not willing to do that. And they are going to start their negotiations behind the scene, behind closed doors, okay? Not something that we are going to see right now. Something's going to be happening, but now in some phase of the shadows, okay? So we have to be really paying attention to every movement because I think some things that we thought were impossible are going to happen in the next few months, okay? The real decisions are no longer announced, they are executed quietly, okay? And the most importantly, what was hidden starts to surface, okay? Something that the leaders wants to hide from us, from the people, society, something is going to the surface. Is like something that they cannot hide anymore is going to be there so you can see it, okay? This is going to happen around the world, and especially I think it's going to happen in the financial system, the markets, economies, countries that are in serious trouble right now with debt, and especially with these aspects of Taurus seasons that is related to the resources, the earth, okay, all these things. So we are in a moment where power structures that look solid are beginning to force into internal review. They are going to be forced to analyze and restructure their own agreements, their own the way that they are going with the governments and the leaderships, because something is going to be exposed, okay? Uh, Governments, economies, corporation, and global alliances, okay? All of it is being reconfigured. And here is the core conflict of this period: power at the top and reality at the base, no longer a match. Because here in the chart, we can see that the sector where we have the politicians, okay, that is happening in the 10th house, is in an opposition to the 4th house, where is this, the moon. The moon is the people, okay, you, me, the societies, okay, and Pluto is here. Pluto is destroying everything. The 4th house is related to the identity of belonging, is related to territory, and is related to the quality of life. Okay, so while they are fighting their own fight, okay, their own fight for this the power, who is the most powerful, what they want to show us. That is the thing, because it's the 10th house. and they are fighting for that because it's Jupiter in a square to Mars in the seventh house. The seventh house are the enemies that you have in front of you right now, and Mars is activating the conflict again. So this is non-stop. This is not. I don't see a possibility here of a ceasefire right now, and I think we are not seeing a ceasefire at least until the end of the year. Okay, so they are fighting who is the most powerful, who have the more forces, who have the more, I don't know, the more military forces and everything, while the people here, okay, in the base of the chart is is drowning, and we have to understand that not also the moon here is drowning. This moon is related now, you can see, with the sun and Uranus in the eighth house. So the financial consequences are going to be in your pockets, because we are going to see inflation, we are going to see taxes, we are going to see how the quality of life, okay, is affected, and the moon is suffering and is going to be suffering everything that is happening right now in terms of economy. Okay, not them, not the leaders. Okay, it's you, it's me. Okay, so okay, governments projects growth, control, expansion, but the foundation, the people, the resources, the real economy is under increasing pressure. Okay, increasing pressure. The gap is not sustainable anymore. Okay, wait a minute, the chart changed here. And when that gap gets too wide, the systems react. So I think we are going to see people in the streets reacting to everything that's coming right now. Okay, maybe movements of people, massive protests, something like that. First, we are going to see on the geopolitical level, three key zones are activated. First, Middle East, energy and military power collide at a critical point. Decisions about oil, gas, and strategic routes are not regional. This problem is global. Okay. Second, the financial system, sovereign debt, international agreements, banking structures. We are entering in a high volatility environment where the most debt dependent economies are the most exposed. Okay? And third, the global power blocks. The multilateral system as we knew it is breaking down. Alliances are not longer built on diplomacy, they are built on strategic interests. So maybe some of these, I think the relationships between Europe and United States are going to be breaking down, and I think that everyone will be forced to take a side. Okay, and I think some ones are going to take sides where the strategic interest is more convenient. So we are going to see how the, the, the system that we know in the commercial alliances is going to be reconfigured. Okay, so this is getting really complicated in terms of inflation, energy pressures, and election cycles. And we have the election in the middle term in United States, and Donald Trump is really worried about that right now. Okay, governments are facing a critical decision: maintain the systems and absorb the economic cost, or cut it and face the social consequences. There is not an outcome without a price. Now, there are three key moments where this intensifies, okay? Because May the 6th, this is going to be starting. A stop a shift, a change of direction. And May the 26th, one of the most volatile points, a direct clash between action and power, because Mars in May 26 is going to be in a square to Pluto in Aquarius. Okay, and these two planets have such an intense energy and powerful energy. They are both the rulers of Scorpio, and Scorpio are the violent changes. Okay, Scorpio also is related with death. Cemeteries, also Scorpio is related with debt, taxes, and everything that they are around. So Scorpio is a very intense sign, and Mars is the native ruler, and Pluto is the modern ruler. They are the two rulers of that sign, and they are going to be in a square where the pressure is going to be escalating. Okay, this is where the escalations become visible for every one of us. June and July, peak energy pressure. What was theoretical becomes real. Right now, they are saying, like, okay, it's going to be a problem with the energy. Some countries in Europe are carrying out hours of work in the office. They are sending people to work at home, and everything like that. But I think now it's kind of theoretical. Everything is the speech is something that we expect, or is something that is creating the scene, But I think June and July we are going to see the real uh, energy pressure, and I think we can have some big shutdown or something like that, because the energy is going to be a problem and a fight also. October the 15th, Pluto moves direct, and what was restructured in the shadows starts to manifest in the real world. Okay, but this is not just something global, it's something also personal in your personal life, and how this Pluto retrograde is going to affect you in your own reality. Okay, if you have planets or key points between the 3 degrees and 6 degrees of Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, or Scorpio, this transit hits you directly, okay, on the fixed signs. This is a powerful review that you need to make. Who makes decisions in your life? Are you making your decisions, or are you giving the power to someone else or to something? What you're still holding that no longer works for you in your life, and where you're giving away the control. Okay? Who is controlling your life right now? Okay? Think about Pluto in terms of the power. Manipulation is also everything that is happening unconsciously. Okay, so something that maybe you have to review about what beliefs maybe you have unconscious right now that are putting you in a place where you give control to others, and you even realize that maybe. Okay, so make your own review in your personal life. Relationships built on dependency begin to crack. Unbalanced agreement get exposed. And decisions you've delayed come back, but now with pressure. Okay, something that you cannot avoid anymore. Okay, you cannot hide, you cannot avoid it. Okay, what is already over collapses. And the more you resist, the stronger the impact is going to be. Okay, Pluto does not negotiate with the surface, it goes to the root. Remember the ruler of Scorpio. Scorpio goes to the root of things. Scorpio don't like things getting the surface, like maybe you understand something. No, Scorpio want to understand everything, wants to go deeper, wants to go, to the profound of your essence, and take from there the light that is hidden. Okay, so This is a moment for every one of us all around the world to have that review about our lives, our reality, and also to be paying attention to the reconfiguration of the global power. So thank you all for watching. See you in the next video.